To coronavirus outbreak, which the World Health Organization has now declared a global health emergency.
Public Health asked the district to close their doors last night after a student tested positive for coronavirus.
What if we wake up tomorrow morning and they're like, hey, you don't get to travel any place, you don't get to go any place, you don't get to do anything. Prepare yourself, prepare your family, take care of.
Deaths here in the United States have just crossed 100,000.
And up to 14 days of monitored self-quarantine.
You know what confused me? I kept seeing this story about the UFOs.
The U.S. Navy has finally acknowledged that videos appearing to show UFOs flying through the air are real.
In the language of the U.S. Department of Defense, these are unidentified aerial phenomena.
What started as mostly peaceful protests, NYPD saying when night fell, the destruction began. Cameras capturing looters inside this Urban Outfitters at 14th and 6th, moments after the windows were shattered.
Destroyed buildings, burned. People have set fires to shopping centers, restaurants, auto parts stores throughout.
Continuing to spark protests all across the country now.
Minneapolis now declaring a state of emergency and activating the National Guard.
The destruction, in fact, CBS reporters out of Minneapolis are reporting that they are seeing signs up on buildings saying this is black or minority owned to try and keep those looters from destroying their hard-earned businesses, but it has not worked in some cases.
A crowd turned on us. It was clear it was organized, and then a mob descended on us, chased us out.
There's been reports of tear gas being fired as they try to push back some of the people who are involved in some of the violence and the fires that have now started over.
As protesters surrounded the White House.
Protesters outside the White House last night.
They destroyed store windows in Soho and lit fires during another night of violent protests.
Actually used tear gas and raised their weapons to push those people away. There was a mass exodus. Those people have since moved down here, as you said, about a block away from the White House. But
the damage was widespread throughout multiple neighborhoods. Apple stores, this Verizon store, and clothing stores, not with just their windows shattered, but the contents inside taken.
This equals justice for all the horrible things.
No justice, no peace.
If people aren't going to listen when it's peaceful, then maybe they'll listen when something like this happens.
Protesters torching a Minneapolis police precinct while thousands took to the streets.
You can see the smoke bombs in the distance, and police have been firing pepper spray to try and disperse this crowd.
Overnight, Minneapolis on fire. Protesters leaving an auto parts store in flames.
When the looting starts, the shooting starts. The President of the United States,
This is not a protest. This is not in the spirit of Martin Luther King Jr. This is chaos.
It's not right, man. It's not right. Demonstrators approached one of the city's police precincts.
We're about to lose the front of the precinct if we don't move this crowd out of the front.
Tonight was a different night of protesting.
They've already lit things on fire so far, Chris. They lit a police car on fire at about...
where hundreds were arrested.
Officers in riot gear tried to maintain order.
How much destruction, how much looting there has been here.